Alright, we've just come out of Jedi Fallen Oder panel. Alright, talking out. I've got my little buddy here, say hello. Who am I talking to? Quick.
Oh, hi, Rebecca. Nice to meet you.
And we've just come out of the Jedi Fallen Order panel, and we've been given freebies.
Yeah, pins.
But that's not the best part. What was the best part?
Oh, God, for me or just in general?
Just for you.
Oh, for me, it's a new Star Wars single-player story-driven game, and I'm so freaking excited.
Now, I thought I saw you when they said no microtransactions. You were like, boo! I love microtransactions.
Yes, please, I want to spend the money I would send my kids to college with on microtransactions.
So that aside, pretty impressive. We saw
Can we hold it up for a little bit, sir?
Sure. We saw a trailer.
Yes.
What did we see?
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. Cameron Moynihan from Gotham.
Is that the Joker?
Yeah, the Joker. He was in Shameless too. He is Cal, the Jedi. Well, he's going to be a Jedi, and it takes place after Order 66. So it's sort of like this whole different era that we get to see where there's no Jedi, and it looks like he has an Inquisitor coming after him for having sort of Jedi powers. Very exciting. Holy crap.
Were you a big Rebels person?
No, you know what? I didn't really get too much into Rebels, but I've always been really, really into the Star Wars video games, like Knights of the Old Republic and Force Unleashed, and so this is huge. They went upstairs.
Okay. We're just waiting here. They're just telling us to wait. We're trying to get up the stairs.
Just want to get my pins.
Oh. Okay. There's a little bit here. There's that 3 lines. I think we're trying to figure out where we can go and what we can do. We had David Collins running the panel. He's Mr. Video Games. He seemed pretty chuffed. And we saw some concept art. And what else did we see?
The new Purge Troopers. They had 2 live Purge Troopers dressed up.
All these cosplayers right away were just like, oh crap, I've got to go.
Oh, they were badass. All black with red lights in their helmet. And then there's a new, the bad guy's, she's a second sister. She's an Inquisitor. She has a red double-bladed lightsaber.
How many sisters are there?
I don't know. That mother must have had a really long stretch of having children, because there's at least 7.
No, I've had 2 children, and that's more than enough for me.
Oh, I've had 2, and it's more than enough for me as well.
You're not pushing out to 7?
No, never. Unless they're all going to be Inquisitors, that would be kind of cool. I would do that.
Yeah, that'd be alright. You could probably live off them for the rest of your life.
Oh, absolutely.
And we got given some freebies, so we've got a little special card that they've said go, and we get a poster, and we get some pins, and we get some Xbox membership and stuff. So you're a PlayStation girl?
I have both. But
I do too, so don't worry.
Yeah,
and the Switch.
I prefer the PlayStation, especially single-player games. So this is going to be so great, and it's coming out November 15th, 2019. So this year, I'm just going to probably sit and watch the trailer until then. So
then, by then, you can just play through it and finish it, and then the day you finish, you can just walk off and see Episode 9.
Exactly, that's my plan. I'm going to become a Star Wars this fall and winter. That's it.
Awesome. So, Rebecca, we're just going up some lists. We're going back up to the convention center. What are your next movements?
Gosh, I don't even know. Probably I'm going to go find a place where I can watch that trailer again. I haven't really walked the show floor too much. Today was my first day doing that. I think we actually might check out the store, like the official store.
Yeah, our buddy Turbo, he went there early this morning. He got up at about 7, and I slept in, and he messaged about 9 saying there was a big queue, and then at about 11:45 he said, hey, I'm in, does anybody want anything?
No! Okay, maybe we're not checking out the store. I don't know. We'll probably just walk around. What are you guys doing? Yeah,
we'll probably just walk in and have a bit of a look around, see where everybody is. Probably pick up, I think he's got all our stuff, so I've got to pick up my Lando shirt and my Silver Fox plush off him.
Very nice, very nice.
And and then after that, I'm not too sure. We'll just kind of play it by ear, I guess. Now, we're already inside. We've just gone different... Oh, this is the giveaway distribution. Yeah. That's why we're going this way. Got it. All right, well, thanks for being on.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
And we'll catch you later on.
Cool. Yeah, what are we talking about?
Mate, it's already recording. We're already talking about it. So we're in the food court where it's happening, the meeting place. I got Mac Brown here. How you doing, buddy?
Exhausted.
You're going as hard as anyone I've seen here. You are Aerosmithing. I don't want to miss a thing.
There's that saying like go hard or go home, but there's no option to go home. And I
Home's too far.
It's way too far, so I just have to make myself feel miserable every morning and then snap myself out of it and go, I'm not hungover. And then, just trek.
Push on.
I've done so many steps. Have you been like counting your steps?
I left my Apple Watch at home, and I'm kind of like, maybe I should have brought it. Because I did
Your phone checks. Your phone
does it?
Anyway,
Oh, all right. Well, I haven't had it just in there could be one more thing draining my battery, so I'm like, I'm just going to leave it at home.
Yeah.
Actually, to be honest, I haven't really had to charge that much. It's been all right, but
Same.
I'm surprised I've been quite lucky. So, yeah, we didn't get until after 12 to the Fallen Order panel, and then I tried to get into the Kenner panel. Collectibles, left it way too late. Tried to get up like 10 minutes before, and then they're like, oh, you're probably not going to get in. I'm like, I probably knew that, but I've had so much luck so far, I'll just try.
Yeah.
But that was cool. Then I just came down and then did a little bit of a shop. So I got a muscular Power of the Force Lando for $3.
I am just dumbfounded by how muscular he is.
If he doesn't fit in my suitcase, I think I'll just take him out of the packet. That doesn't really matter. I got a Black Series Leia for $10.
Let me see her. Oh, she's great.
It's not bad. But I haven't seen her for anywhere less than 15 today, so...
You know that, have you seen that Netflix show that, The Toys That Made Us?
Yeah.
You know how they do the episode on Star Wars toys and they talk about how they just took the existing bodies from other toys and just popped like Luke's head on it? That looks like, the Lando toy looks like they've just taken a Superman or a Batman toy and just given him a new, actually maybe not even a new belt. That could be a Batman belt if you wanted it to be.
That scratch a little bit. It's like a utility belt. It's like Lando's got a Batarang on his belt. That doesn't make any sense.
They've given him a Lando collar, but otherwise, like, the abs show through. It's just...
And they've literally got a photo of Billy D. Williams there with like a normal person body.
And like, look at his quads as well. Like, even his legs.
Yeah. Have he's still got like flared cuffs though?
He lifts so hard.
But his cape looks... actually no, his cape might not be. It looks a little bit too short.
Yeah.
It looks like it might be going... Anyway, I mean, they're a bit of a joke, and I kind of like funny stuff like that. Yeah. So I was like, $3. The Goodwill store here is actually quite good. They just seem to be churning out just random figures really cheap and throwing stuff out. So I keep saying I'm not going to buy anything else, but I want to hold out because we'll be here till Monday. So I'm like, Monday's where they're going to like just go, let's just clear some shit.
Yeah.
So I'll just work it out. And honestly, if there's a few figures I don't fit, I might just pull them out of the packet and just have them so I can display them, some cool stuff like that. But
I've kept my shopping kind of minimal, but I did kind of lose it when I saw some like original Kenner series like Darth Vader's out of the box.
I saw some of those, yeah.
They were cheap just because they're out of the package and stuff, but I always wanted it. I never had the Darth Vader as a kid, and it had his cape, and it had the little like the lipstick, like retracting lipstick lightsaber. It's like, you
got him?
Yeah, I got it. It was like $70.
Yeah.
Super happy that I got it. Like,
the dream for me on that is the sealed Return the Jedi Luke.
Oh yeah.
I always wanted that as a kid.
Yeah.
And I actually had my friend Heath who came on the show. He brought his collection over and he gave me his one that I've got one loose. But I always wanted one in a packet. And they had it was like $360 and it was like yellow, and I'm like, but Hasbro got these like the vintage one, they're re-releasing them on the cards, and they're the original molds and stuff.
Oh wow.
So
they are, yeah.
But they didn't have them for sale, they just had them on display.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you know what, if they do a Jedi Luke, I might just buy one of them for $25 and I'll feel 98% satisfied and then I'll forget about it. So I'm not going to be too worried. So we haven't actually talked trailer. Where were you yesterday for the trailer?
I was at the Star Wars show live stage. I am one of the few people, it seems, that obeyed the rules. I didn't.
I know every person I spoke to was like, "Oh, we did this, or we snuck into this, and we did that." And nobody got killed, so
Yeah, I was super disappointed to hear that I could have, just pushed someone else out of their seat potentially, but also that. Yeah, apparently there were some empty seats in the overflow stages that I could have just gotten into, so...
Well, I said yesterday that there were empty seats at the very top of the inside.
Yeah, that's disappointing.
But I think they just got a little bit, didn't think they quite planned it, which seems to be the same, the theory of the same thing, but...
Yeah. Also, I was there. I still had a fairly decent vantage point.
You're in with Mandalorian with us tomorrow, aren't you?
Yeah. So the next two panels, I'm in with you guys.
Yeah. So you don't need to push anybody out.
No. I can feel good that I'm doing the right thing and following the law and order of it all.
Now, let's talk title, because we talked a little while ago, when we thought we were getting the title about 2 months ago, we made plans of like, come over and we'll talk about the title.
Yeah.
I'm like, it'll definitely be the end of the week.
Yeah.
It'll definitely be this, and then it never happened.
Oh, God. Yeah.
And so, you picked that one?
Not a chance. There was no way, like, not even close. I was like everyone else, I think, that was saying, like, spark of hope. Balance of the X.
I thought a while ago, and I don't know whether I said it on an episode, that I had a feeling that Skywalker might be in the title, just because they keep hammering it, but I'm pretty sure, it's easy to say that in retrospect, you're like, I said that. I didn't certainly think in that context, but I thought there might be a way that they'd work it into the title, but I don't think I'm not going to listen back to my episodes, I barely listen back anyway, to figure out whether I did it or not, but it makes sense,
It's ballsy.
It makes sense as a closing, the way that they're talking about how it's going to end, but how it actually works in the context of the movie is another thing. So a bit of rampant speculation.
There's so last night at the Rogue Squad pod recording, it got brought up, and someone brought up that in some of the old EU stuff, at some point Skywalkers were actually, it was the name of a group of people that were Force sensitive.
Right.
So it was kind of like we were talking about it as though it could be maybe like a post-Jedi,
So she's like, I'm not a Jedi, I'm a Skywalker.
Yeah, and that sort of would line up with some of my thoughts on it. It's like, JJ said in an interview, it's like, we are not retconning Rey's parents. I saw that online this morning.
Yeah.
And I thought, if they were ever going to make, this is before I heard that interview or saw it, like, if they were ever going to make Rey a Skywalker, it wouldn't be that it would be by blood. It would be that she finally just chooses who she wants to be.
Yeah, she's like, I'm a Skywalker, and I will train other Skywalkers, and that's the way I want to do it.
Yeah, the Jedi didn't work. Luke said that, and he was right.
This is a new way. This is our new way of doing it.
Yeah, and
that's interesting. And I think that's pretty satisfying. I think a lot of people will be like, all right, well, we get to have our cake and eat it too a little bit, don't you?
Absolutely, yeah. So that's where I'm thinking.
And you can't, if you're going to close it out, fine, leave dangling threads later for one day, but mystery, don't give me too much mystery box nonsense,
so, I agree. So one other thing I'll say on the Skywalker thing though, and it's more of a question for you because my memory's a bit foggy on it, just because being at that live stage was a bit noisy. So the main piece of Star Wars music through the score is whose theme? The main piece of score through the trailer, I should say.
Sounds like the Force theme, I think.
I thought it was Leia's.
There were... Yeah, maybe you're right. I mean, it definitely was when she was on screen. I haven't actually listened to it with headphones or anything on yet.
I think it's that. So what if that's a hint? What if it's Leia? Like, what if they find some way of,
Well, it could be interesting, because it could be like a point where, Kylo and her are facing off, and Kylo's almost done. He's like, what do you, this is my legacy, I'm the Skywalker. And she's like, you're no Skywalker, I'm that motherfucking Skywalker here, son.
Literally, son. go to the corner now.
Yeah, go to the corner.
You get in your tight silence and you think about what you've done.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking on the Bad Motivators podcast last night, and they were talking about when she does the flip onto the TIE fighter, and potentially she's not there to chop it off, she's actually hitching a ride.
I think she's training. I think it's a training scene.
That he's actually like, all right, in order to do this, we've got to team up, and you've got to learn how to do these moves.
Yeah, it could be him, could be Poe. Because remember, like at the panel, they asked the question. Colbert asked the question about who's the better pilot.
Yeah.
And Oscar Isaac was really, I thought, kind of pointed and deliberate in the way he said. Maybe I'm just reading into it too much, but he was like, Poe can pilot anything.
Yeah, right.
And it's like, maybe he
did say that he could do that in the first movie, though. And when he was and he's already piloted that TIE fighter.
Yeah. So what if there's a stolen silencer, and he's like, yep.
I mean, the thing is also is that with this jump in time, it's so much more open to speculation.
Yeah.
I think maybe even when you were on last time, we talked about the reason a lot of people got their knickers in a knot about Last Jedi was because they got told it happened the next day. Yeah. Everyone's like, well, it's got to go this way. Yeah. There's only one way it can go because she's here. This is happening. This is the only. But now it's like this could be a year or two ahead. All bets are off. Everything is open. You can speculate. Speculation is so wild that you can't pigeonhole it as much.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's going to be really hard to pick. And I'm curious about the things that we haven't seen. You know, like we have not seen General Hux.
No. Well, it was only characters we knew that were in there. There was nobody in there. There was none of the new characters.
No.
Was there even any? Kylo was the only sort of bad guy we saw in the whole thing, apart from the Emperor.
Yeah.
And then the Emperor, like, I'm going, well, if you're playing your Emperor card now, what else have you got?
There?
What else have you stashed in that box?
That's exactly
JJ?
what I'm thinking. Like, I was like excited, but then I was like, oh, did they have to tell us? Like, did they have to tell us that Palpatine's
there might be more.
there?
There might be more.
Well, that's it. Yeah. Then that was my second thought. I was like, they've chosen to tell us this.
Yeah.
Why? So what
There's
are
a
they choosing
reason.
to not
Misdirection.
tell us? Yeah.
All right, mate. I've got to rush off to another panel. I'm off to the Let's Play panel.
Cool.
So we will pick this conversation up tonight,
Yes,
probably.
we will.
We're off to the Steel Wars show tonight.
Oh, it's going to be fun.
Should be fun.
Yeah.
And we've got a few more hours here to kick around. So, I'll talk to you later.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks,
See you
dude.
soon.
All right, we're at the Steel Wars live podcast. We're before the show. The place is packed with people. So many familiar faces. Everyone's having a great time drinking and having a great time. Hand here with my man David Strutt. How you going, man?
I'm very well, thank you, Josh. How are you doing?
I'm good. I like your British, quasi, slightly American affected accent that you have now.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of strange considering I've only been here for like 10 months. But yeah, it comes in from time to time. It's those damn
Yankees.
overpronounced verbs. Vowels. Yeah.
Her Majesty's vowels.
It is.
Look, I lived in England for 10 years and I came back and people were saying that I had a Kylie Minogue accent. And I was like, I got to, not quite here, not quite there, living in two worlds. I was like Aquaman, neither here nor there. So you've had a pretty big day, haven't you? What have you been doing?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's one thing I've kind of like said a few times today as well. Actually, I was kind of like, I feel like today was supposed to be my like relaxing day, but somehow it's turned into my most busy. But I can't tell anyone why it's been busy because, to be honest, I just don't know.
It's just happened.
It has, yeah. I mean,
I came over, I saw you. We were talking about recording something. I just saw you propping yourself up against a wall,
as I am doing right now. Yeah.
Ready to basically have a little nap, but there's too much going on.
Yeah.
So the big thing was that you got in early to get yourself a book.
It was Del Rey, yeah. I needed to get a copy of Master and Apprentice, but it just didn't happen.
But when some things don't work out for you, sometimes things work out for other people.
I completely agree. So yeah, it was so how it all kind of played out. As I said, I got here super early. And we saw kind of like up ahead that one of the guys was that they were saying that people were kind of starting to move. And throughout the entire time, I've been keeping an eye on the Diamond Select store for a mall for Luke Cruiser.
This is the Spider Leg Mall.
That is Spider Mall for Cruiser from the Bad Motivators podcast, and I was kind of like giving kind of like live updates. Oh, there's a big line, dude. I don't know what's going to happen. Oh crap, the line's just disappeared. So anyway, people are starting to move. The guy next to me drops the rail, and it just make a break for it.
So you kicked him in the shins.
Oh, there was blood everywhere, man. It was a
mine, motherfucker.
There were limbs everywhere. It was very Star Wars, actually. Yeah, it was great.
I chopped his arm off. I kicked him into some lava and he caught fire.
Yeah, he's screaming, I hate you as I run off into the distance. But so it's like I haul ass over to the Del Rey. It's not happening, so I motor it back to Diamond. And I end up getting the fourth to last mall for Luke. The one thing was that I didn't tell him. I was
just going to say, did you message him or say, dude, I hooked you up?
No, not at all in any way, shape or form. So I got it. I was terrified. I was nervous. I was like, oh shit, because we were told, at first, guys, you guys from this point onwards might not get one. Then guy came back and said, okay, up to this point in time, you're good. I was past that line, but I was still terrified just in case there was a...
Yeah. And you're almost like, I'd almost want to not tell him because I don't want to be disappointed.
Exactly. So I kind of like, I got there, I was nervous all the way, I got him. I made a beeline around the rest of the kind of like the stage so I can come up behind him in the line because I knew he was behind me. And I like tapped him on the shoulder. I was like, dude, how's it going? And the look he gave me when he turned around was just kind of like, it's not good, man.
It's not happening.
It's not happening. I was like, oh no. Took a step back, lifted it up. I was like, are you sure about that? And well, once again, just the look in his face, he didn't know how to contemplate
That's like
what was happening. He didn't know what to contemplate, what was going on. In fact, the first actual response was of the guy next to him was kind of like, oh, that lucky son of a bitch.
Like, yeah, did you hear what he had to do to get it? He had to cut a guy's leg off and kick him into lava.
Oh, blood everywhere. Still everywhere. In fact, they may be cleaning up right now. I have no idea. But yeah, man. But yeah, it was
the good stories, aren't they?
It was good. Yeah.
And you're like, it's almost as good to give it as to get it. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Someone wants something that bad.
Absolutely. I mean, it was one thing I was saying to some other folks. It's like when you're at these conventions, it's like you kind of know what everyone wants because you've been talking about it for weeks.
Yeah.
And some of these things are so hard to find that it's like if you see an opening,
you instincts kick in and you go, oh, I know that the person wanted that thing.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, it's like, oh, this dude wanted it, I got to go get it. It's like, you know, it's you know, it's the camaraderie of the con.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a reflection of the things that are happening, the relationships that you're making and stuff.
Absolutely.
I'm still holding out hope for the Black Series on Monday. They might just have a few left over. So we'll see. But because I've had such a good time, if it doesn't happen, I'm like, oh well.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I'm kind of hoping that kind of like karma kind of like brings back to me about that because unfortunately I've got to leave tomorrow night.
Oh, right. So it's even a little bit trickier.
So hopefully, you know, someone somewhere will be kind of like, I know another guy who wants these, but considering they're only giving out one each, I'm fine. I've made my peace with that whole thing.
Look, you've gone into Celebration Legend as the guy who got the spider ball for Luke Cruiser. He'll never forget it.
You know, well, there were points in time when, you know, kind of, you know, the act of lovemaking was mentioned, but I kind of...
That won't be necessary.
No, well, I kind of gave him like the logistical kind of thing about, you know, like our beards getting tangled,
that's true.
chafing, and yeah.
Sometimes the thank you was enough.
Exactly.
Oh, dude, what an awesome story. All right, well, I think this show's about to start, so thanks for coming on, man. We'll talk to you later on.
Hey, absolutely. Thanks a lot, Josh.
Beauty.
Cheers, dude.
Hey guys, it's 4 minutes to 2. We had a late start though, so everyone could be in a lot worse shape. So we've got Andy and Catherine here. Hey guys.
Hey.
Steph's observing. She's waving. That's all she needs to do. We'll keep this short and sweet, just a little wind up. But we've just gotten back from the live Steele Wars show, which was like a victory lap to Star Wars podcasting or something, wasn't it, really? It was like all these podcasters in a room and people from Twitter and people we've met over the last few days all sort of in one room having a good time, really.
For an hour and a half, Star Wars Twitter was silent.
Yeah, it was something like that. But it was very social. It was good fun. It was there was some very funny content. I'm sure we won't spoil it. Steele can put that out, but... It was really nice. It was sort of weird doing something familiar but yet different. We'd sort of done so many of them back in the day.
Yeah, so I think I said when we were there was sort of funny looking around the room and there was different faces. You know, I'm so used to the same faces at a Steele Wars event and different faces. But yeah,
it was weird just seeing people I didn't know in there.
Yeah.
Because I knew so many people in there by the time we'd done, and there was just people who had just gone because they were fans of the show and they weren't involved in the social side of it and going, wonder what those people's deal are. Who are they, I wonder? And talked to a couple of different people who just listened and stuff. But it was weird because it was mostly like, yep, know that person. How's it going? Hey. It was sort of walking around the room, being social and just having a really good time. So we were sort of lucky enough to have a late start, so everybody's not destroyed. I mean, don't get us wrong, we're all tired, but it's not like we're at absolute death's door. Andy's looking... Oh, he's nodding. He's looking all right. How you doing there, buddy?
I'm doing good. Just this extra chill in the air is sort of causing my foot to hurt even more.
Andy's been hobbling along. Have you touched on it?
Foot for the last 2-3 days.
Andy was doing some crazy stunts in New York, trying to jump off things and hurt his foot, and he's been...
We'll chop it off, will we?
Soldering, you get a wheel on there or a bionic foot.
Not. Please don't chop it off.
Sorry, had to do the old dad joke.
If you can get a bionic foot or something, this is the place to go if you want to start up a celebration. Get yourself a bionic foot from the Celebration store. So tomorrow we've got Mandalorian panel at 11 in the big room again. So we're lucky enough to be in the big room. What do you think we're going to see, just quickly, based on... Do you think all the big surprises are done? I was talking to Chris Hall, who is a British friend of ours, and he's an artist, and he went to the Doug Chang thing today, and he said he just dropped... He was sort of did it. He said, I was doing this, and I've been doing stuff for Mandalorian, and people cheered, and he's like, oh, well, you guys are going to be very, very happy tomorrow.
Yeah, I reckon some kind of teaser, some footage, even if it's like a behind-the-scenes footage thing. I reckon there'll be footage.
You thinking trailer, Andy? You're shaking your head. You don't think so?
I reckon it'll be a 3-minute scene of the Mandalorian in the bar. I told this to Hawes, and he loved it. He takes off his helmet, orders a drink. The drink comes to him, but he notices a guy walked in. Puts his
very specific.
I know, very, very much so. Puts his helmet back on, and it like does the scanning, and it tells him, "Yep, that's the guy who's got the bounty." And he's like, "I'll be right back." And he walks over, and a fight breaks out, and he just starts shooting dudes, flips tables,
Wow.
Very cool stuff. But like a 3-minute scene like that, just showing how badass, and then he does the whole Western flipping the pistol back in the holster.
Oh,
yeah.
All right. Well, we've got this recorded now. Your very specific prediction.
So when I'm wrong, you can all listen to this and go, ha ha.
Well, we don't know. I mean, we've been given so many other surprises and things. Who knows what we're going to get? So that's the big one for us earlier in the day. If you guys got anything else booked, you've got an autograph you've got to try and move. We won't go into the full story, but... Yeah,
autograph, but I don't know, we'll figure that out when that happens. But yeah, there's a few podcast panels I'm going to go to, and hashtag Star Wars SW Rap Matters. I've got a few friends that are hosting that, talking about more representation in the franchise, which is good.
And why we don't need it, and why there's enough, right, guys? Right? No?
Crickets.
I'm only kidding.
And I think there's... Actually, no, I think it's just the podcasting. I know Resistance is happening.
That's actually Monday. I got
Monday?
that wrong. So I booked that in thinking it was tomorrow, but I think it's actually... I think King Tom was like, I'm pretty sure that's on Monday. I'm like, oh, great. All right, well, I'll work out what's on.
All right, then. So I can go to that then. But yeah.
Is it Clone Wars tomorrow?
Oh, it might be Clone Wars tomorrow.
There you go. That's the mix-up, Kat. Yep.
So will we try? You're going to attempt to get in?
I haven't really been thinking about it, really. It's just my friends' podcasts have been the main ones, and trying to get back into the merch as well, because I want to get a rose pin. They said they didn't have any today, even though on the board it said not sold out, but...
I still haven't been in the store yet, so I might even try and go in.
Yeah, I might.
King Tom, I said I might go in. King Tom was looking for a Lando shirt, so I said I'd go in and I'll see if I can get him one.
I think you have to get in early, because I spoke to, I think, Luke about it.
Well, Matt Grant, our buddy, he has... he's going first thing before the Mando panel to go.
Oh, there you go.
So, and I actually said to him, dude, if you can get a Lando shirt, he's getting himself one. I said, get one for King Tom as well. So I could be... I won't have to do anything, but I'll get the praise for handing it over, which is the best way to do things.
Awesome.
Is to farm it out. Any closing thoughts before we go? Catherine, what do you got on tomorrow?
Mandalorian, and I would like to get to the Alan Tudyk session.
In case there's a Diego Luna appearance.
Yes. Yes, to be frank, yes.
It would, just in case it for some crazy reason it happened and you just didn't, and you weren't there.
Yeah, because I have been a little, I don't know if disappointed is the right word, but there's been very little Rogue One stuff. I know it's not a main saga, but still.
Not seeing a lot of love for it.
No.
There's
And
been a few Krennics, and I've seen a few Cassian. I thought
Krennics,
the KTSO. Did you see the guy? The KTSO.
yeah,
So there's been a bit, but yeah, I know what you mean.
KTSO.
The diorama I saw today in the photo, the Scarif battle.
That sort of became apparent today that diorama was Scarif, but
Catherine wants more.
I want more. I want Cassian.
Well,
Just laying it out on the line. I want Cassian.
Right. Well, what a way to end it. All right, guys. Well, we will pick this up tomorrow, probably after we get out of the Mando panel. We're all going to have a nice big sleep. We have to be up early-ish, but not crazy early. But we can't sort of lounge around like we did yesterday. But I think it'll be in the sensible middle. So thanks, guys. We'll see you later on.
Bye.
Bye.